One moment they are fighting, another moment they are playing. Yes guys, so welcome to today's video, and today, as you have seen, those are the things that I'm going to talk about today. But before I go into the topic of today, as you have seen, children, today I'm talking about children rivalry. Why do they rival? Why do they fight? Why do siblings? You can even ask yourself, at one moment when you were little, were you fighting with your sister or brother? Were you having those siblings rivals? It's very normal for most people, actually. For most of us, when you were little, at one point we didn't like our sister, we didn't like our brother, but that doesn't mean that they hate each other. No, they don't hate each other. In fact, they like each other so much. So today, I'm going to talk a few tips or a few things that make kids or siblings fight. There could be several things. There could be several reasons as to why children fight. But today, I'm going to just mention a few as to why. And you as a parent, or you who is a guardian, or whoever you may be, taking care of children, taking care of your little ones, please, this should not take. Sometimes parents, we are caught off guard, worried. We are so worried. My kids are fighting all the time. It's kind of normal. It's not, as long as they're not doing harmful things. They are not fighting to the extent of harming each other or hurting each other so much. These simple fights are always there. So let's look at a few reasons as to why kids fight. The first and the foremost, jealousy. Sometimes they can fight about toys, they fight about attentions, they fight about achievements, especially toys. And I've realized, even if you buy them if you're having 3 kids or 2 kids and buy them 3 same toys, they will always see a difference. And they'll want another toy, a sibling's toy, and they'll start fighting over it. So sometimes jealousy could be a reason. As our children, they need attention. They're asking for attention. Sometimes they're like, I want to be seen more. So they're like quarreling, fighting, because they need that attention. They want to be seen. They want to, sometimes even achievements. They're like, because of jealousy, as I've said, jealous. Why is my sister performing so well? Why is my sister being liked by my dad? Why is my sister being liked by my mom? So you find that, that's jealousy, and you find that you're all the time rivaling, fighting, and, beating each other. But at the end, they may fight in one moment, as I've shown you. One moment they are fighting, the next moment they are happy and playing as if they are not the ones. And this is the reason as to why, as parents, even when your kids are playing with the neighbor's kids, sometimes we react. You see that your kid is coming back home crying, so and so has beaten me, so and so. And you as a parent, sometimes you overreact. You can even go to the neighbor's kid and start quarreling. Why are you fighting my kid? But then, even sometimes, especially in African families, you find that 2 different mothers, you find that the mother of this kid and the mother of the neighbor's kid, they quarrel because of kids. They are fighting because of their kids. And then after some time, the same kids that you have defended because the neighbor's kids has beaten, they are the same kids playing and laughing and sharing and things like that. So as parents, we should take notice of this. It's very normal children to fight, as long as they're not harming each other, as long as they're not hurting each other. It's very normal. So jealous could be one of the reasons as to why children fight. But the other thing is boredom and stress. Boredom. When kids are bored, sometimes they just want to go and pick on their sisters and do something and go and put off the lights in their sisters' rooms and pick their books, and sometimes they're just bored, and then they go and also that can could be a reason. But the other thing is power struggle. The older kids might boss around, I'm the oldest here, things like that. But also the little ones, they also want to be noticed. So in the power struggle, the older kids are struggling to be noticed, but also the little ones are struggling to be noticed. So find even the power struggle is also one thing that can lead to fighting and those quarrels. But also the other thing is competition. They want to compete. Who should be seen more? I want to be seen more. I want to be noticed more. So there is this competition. The older sibling is competing. The little one is competing. So find that they are all fighting and all these things, and things like that. But the other thing is, when you see, now, at least I've mentioned some reasons as to why some siblings fight: jealousy, competition, power struggle, and things like that. But here are some of the solutions. As a parent, what are you going to do? If it's too much, how are you going to do to stop it? You should teach them conflict resolutions. And sometimes when they are playing and they are fighting over, as you have seen my kids in the video, they are fighting over something, just let them fight over that particular toy. At the end, if one has won, then you call them and teach them on conflict resolutions, and tell them and also explain to them as to why it's not very good to fight over something. Teach them about sharing. So find that when we're teaching them about sharing, conflict resolutions, negotiation, how do they call this word? How to negotiation. That this is my time, I'm going to play with this toy. After playing with it, then your turn will be next. And also, sometimes parents, we favor the little ones. You're like, they're fighting over the toy, and you as a mother, you're like, leave your little brother to have the toy. Let your brother remain with the toy. So you are making the older siblings, because they're all young. You find that your children are all young. So you are making the older siblings to feel small, to feel inferior, to feel that for me, if I take my little sibling's toy, my mom is going to intervene, my dad is going to intervene. So sometimes just let even the little one also cry. Take the toy and if it's the older sibling's turn to carry the toy or play with the toy, let the older sibling play with it. I know the little ones, they always, most of the time, like mine, crying, and they're like, they want your attention too, but it's not really acceptable. So help them negotiate, empathy, teach them empathy, conflict resolution, negotiation. I cannot pronounce this word. Negotiation. Is that how they pronounce that word? I don't know. But let them negotiate. Whose turn is going to play with the toy now? Whose turn is going to have this particular kind of a thing? So all those, but to wind up, conflicts among siblings is very normal. They fight. We remember our days when we were little. I could fight with my sister over toys. We could fight over, we had a particular spoon that we liked, so we could fight over it. We have a particular seat in the dining table we liked more, so the time for dinner we all fought for that seat. So all the things are normal, as long as they are not harming each other. And if they reach to that extent of harming each other, hurting each other, please sit with them and talk to them about conflict resolution, why they should love themselves, why they should love each other so much, and teach them that bonding of siblings is very important. Fightings are normal, but bonding is more it's more helpful to them to learn and know. So hope this video has helped you and you have learned something. Thank you so much, and bye for now.